Hey folks, Wizard of Mo Games here today. This is the Wizard, and we are at the Wizard's table. Tonight we're going to give a shot at Pest Light in the Dark, a solo dungeon crawl game set in the world of Pest. This is done by Arcana Games, and I believe this is just a little mini solo based upon that same world. And this will be a first time playing. I've read through the rules and I'll give you a rundown of how this works. Also, I've got some new lighting in here, so if things look odd or look strange, just let me know in the comments and we'll see if we can make some adjustments. I've got another light box coming, so that might help in the long run. Anyway, here's what the box looks like. We've got a couple of terrain cards over there. Down here we have our setup. We've got our character card, the phases, monster strengths, and then we also have a series of quests. There are 3 starting quests, and they range from easy to medium to hard in difficulty. You can play a campaign game and keep making it harder as it goes. I've selected the easiest ones just to learn the game, but basically you'll have a time tracker moving at the end of each turn, and you have to attempt to achieve the quest. This one is to kill 3 monsters before this tracker runs off and gets into the second quest, and you would get 2 renown points for that. Once it moves off this card and in the next one, this becomes the active quest, and I'll have looks like 7 turns to explore 4 new terrain cards for 2 renown. And then there are some icons on these where enemies will respawn on all of the cards that do not have enemies on spawn points. And then this will level up the enemies, so they will instead be doing +1 power. If there was another card that allowed them to level up again, it would be +2, and then it would go as high as +3 for their attack. And we'll deal with combat here in a minute. And the third quest here is to heal 2 villages in the final leg of my journey. Now here's what happens with this. There's 4 different character cards, and they consider them different levels, I guess. This has 1 little crown on it. It's the easiest one. He starts off with 5 health and 4 movement and 2 attack value, and he gets +1 attack against these little purple critters here. And I'd have to review through to see what kind of monsters they are, but it looks like we have wolves, cultists, giants, a couple of different critter types, and a particular critter type I would have a +1 on that. Now these cards, they're 2-sided, but it's the same thing on either side of the card. And basically you're just going to lower your stats a little bit and change which enemy you're better at. So the stats get lower, and finally you start off with 2 health, 3 movement, and 1 damage. But at the end of the game, if you make it through, then you get 3 bonus renown at the end. So I'm just picking the easiest guy, Haller Telic, the writer, and tossing these others to the side. I wish they had been more asymmetrical rather than just changing your starting stats, but we'll see how it works out from here. Over here, depending on the monster type, it tells how much health it has, what its movement is, and what damage it does, and then also what reward I get if I defeat that monster. So the wolves are 1, 1, and 1. And again, I can look through here and see what those red ones are. We have some wolves. Crimson bandits are 2, 2, and 2. We have the giants are 3, 3, and 2. And then the cultists are 3, 4, and 3. And the rewards for these will allow you to level up on your track. So even if you lose health, you can get health back by defeating wolves. If you can increase your movement by defeating the bandits, the Crimson Bandits, and you can increase your attack value by defeating giants. If you defeat a cultist, you get to choose any of those stats to go up in. This card here is the player phase, and basically I get to go 3 times and then the enemies get to go. So in those 3 times I can move up to my full movement and then do an optional thing. And the optional thing would be, on the map there'll be tokens. I could, if I become adjacent to a monster, then I could choose to fight the monster. If I become adjacent to a village, I could spend an herb to heal the village, and that's the only way I can pass through it because it's sick. I can grab an item, pick this up if I'm on it, and those are the 4 things: attack an enemy, heal a village, take an item, or take an herb, and use those to heal villages. So then the enemy goes, and they will move based upon each type, and they start from the cultists working backwards. They would go first, then the giants, then the raiders, and then the bandits, and then the wolves. And then once all that's done, the timer moves down, and we start the next round. So here's how this works here. I'm going to pull the box out and keep these rules handy, but I think I got it. So you start off with these little terrain cards. They're really cool. They all connect together like a map. Some of them are dead ends, but that's what they look like. So there are 4 starter cards, and these have a little icon on one of the nodes that tells where your plague doctor begins. He's got a little standee there. And you're going to shuffle these up, and you're going to take one of them, and it's going to be your starting location. So this map will build out. I'll move these off of here and this off of here. So we're going to pull one of these just randomly and toss it down right there in the middle. And there it is. And it looks like my guy starts on this corner right there. So then the rest of these get shuffled in with all the other cards, with the exception of the boss card. The boss card is number 17, and this is where the boss is. My goal is to get to and take out the boss before my time runs out. If the time runs off the end and I have not defeated the boss, I lose. If ever my health gets down to 0, I lose. If I defeat the boss and there's time left, I win. I collect any renown of quests that I've completed, renown for the level of my character, and for every bit of time that I have left, I gain renown as well. So if I was to get to the boss here and defeat him, I would gain another 7 renown on top of anything else that I may have completed. But it probably won't happen, because once I shuffle these into these cards, there's 18 total cards, and we're starting with that center one, which I do have to populate immediately. We'll put a village there and an enemy, and it looks like there's a market as well. So we'll put a market and a village, and we are going to put an enemy. So we will flip a card, and it says it is the Forest Giants. So we'll use its little token and put it right there. And they follow along those roads. They have 3 health, 3 movement, and 2 attack. But if you defeat one, you get to increase your attack. So I'm shuffling those other 3 starter locations, map tiles, terrain tiles, that's what they're called, it says here on the back. Shuffle those up, and then out of these, we're going to take 4 of these terrains, plus the boss. I'm going to mix those in, and so the boss will show up in the final 5. somewhere along the final five cards. So we'll have, what, 12 of these, 13, 18. So we'll go through 12 of these cards, and then possibly anywhere from the 13th through the 18th will be the boss. I think we got that shuffled up. We'll pop this down here. I'll just put the terrains over here somewhere. All right. So I think I've sort of explained everything. If we ever run out of enemies in the enemy deck, we can shuffle them up and add more on. And there are 4 random bosses. And there are item cards. You can equip up to 2 of them, and they can help you with combat. They can heal you. Some of them are instant. Some of them are one-shots. Some of them are permanent. And then some of them will put a little tracking cube on it, and you'll have multi-use. And each time you use it, you'll track it down. And when it's done, it's done. It's gone. So you want to use those items and not just try to hoard them. You'll need them to survive. So when we get to combat, I'll show you how that works. There are 2 dice for your character, and there are 2 dice for the actual enemy, and I'll show you that in a minute. So I have on phase 1, I get to move up to my movement, which is 4, and I can follow along this. And what I do is go through these nodes, and when I get to a half circle, I can spend 1 movement to reveal another terrain card and put the map on there. I cannot go through a village because it's considered sick. So I would spend an herb. If I was adjacent to a village, I could spend an herb to heal it. I would remove that token, lose my herb token, and now that is passable. I can go through it. Something to note is that monsters cannot go through, or enemies cannot go through a village either. So until the token is removed, if they can't get to you, they can't get to you. For this, you have to actually land on it to get it. And for the boss, or not the boss, but the enemies and the boss, just being adjacent will initiate combat with them. So these guys are pretty hefty right now, so I want to sort of maybe build up my attack value and see what I can do. So I get to move 4 spaces. Let's just go 1, 2, 3, and that will end my first movement right there. That's phase 1. And I get an item card. Let's see what it is. A Greater War Charm. Okay. And it looks like it has 3 uses before you discard it. And there is a reference here in the back of this handy-dandy little rule book that tells you what every one of these cards do. So the Greater Ward Charm, there's only 1 in the deck. After rolling, count the value of your higher die rolled twice. So I guess I need to explain combat. So the way combat works, when you run into an enemy or adjacent to an enemy, you're going to roll the white dice, they're going to roll the black dice. So we roll these guys up. You see, looks like they got 9, I got 4. That's not good. That's just the beginning of it. So then, for them, they're sitting at 9, and if it was them, they would have +2 to their attack, because that's their strength. So now they're sitting at 11, and it doesn't look like there's anything else that's giving them a bonus currently. However, for me, I get to add my current strength. So 3, 4, +2 is 6. And I would get a bonus if I was fighting against the cultists, but I'm not. But also over here, I could use this charm, and I could take it down. And the charm says, hey, take your highest die, discard your lowest, and just count this twice. So I would actually just roll this over, and I would have 6 +2 is 8. So I'd have 8. I would still lose to him. Well, there is no, he beat me by so much that he just took me out. You lose a single point. So whoever wins loses or the other person loses a single point. If it's ever a tie, the player always wins. So if we tallied all of the strength together and it was a tie, then they would lose a point. And so you put a tracker down based upon who it is, and you would just track. Well, they're at 3 health, but I lost a point. So I can choose to lose health or movement or combat strength. And if ever I get down to the bottom track on any of these and I take another damage, I have to lose health and I would die. So currently what I would do is just take a point of health down to 4. That's how combat works. So we haven't reached that point, but I explained it because this little guy will allow me to roll, and there you go. Let's go approach this. If you ever roll doubles, it's +1. So this would be an 11. This would be a 3. But this one allows me to take the highest die roll if I spend a notch on it and double it. All right. So I have moved. I have grabbed an item, one of 2 that I can hold, and it would behoove me to use this because I can only carry 2. That was my first move. So my second move, that was my optional action, is to take that. So with the second move, I'm going to move 1 and 2. These aren't connected here. You see on the bottom there, it's just a node, but there's no path to it. It might work its way around, but it would dead end, and I would not be able to come back on here. So I am outside of a village, which is currently sick, and I start with 1 herb. So I'm going to go ahead and spin the herb to remove the sick village. And now everybody is healthy and happy. And now I'm going to, on my third action, I'm going to go 1, 2, and since my move is 4, I will use my third move to reveal another terrain. And here it is. Now the terrains will always match up in the reading direction. They cannot be rotated. So here's how they go together. This completes a node, and I have one more action. But first, I have to populate this card. So there is a village. There is an herb. And there are 3 enemies on this card. So we will flip this card. It looks like a crimson bandit, starting up here on the left. And then we'll go to this one, and it is a wolf pack. See, they have opportunity with this game. And then the final enemy here is another wolf pack. To release packs to change the enemy types, currently there's 4, and then the bosses, but they could just put out a pack that added another enemy type, you add another card to it, or maybe even 4 more enemy types, 4 more bosses, refresh it. I don't know if they knew new map tiles, but there are only 3 of each of these quests, the starting, middle, and end. They could expand that to another 3 and another 3 and another 3. And you can mix and match these. You know, even though this is the easiest starting one, you could mix it with the middle one or the hardest middle one, and it will all change. So I guess there's a lot of combinations there that was said. All right, so I have one more movement left, and I cannot pass through that village until I have a leaf. And these guys are going to try to get to me, but I currently know that they will not be able to because that village is in the way. So I'm going to backtrack 1 to here and maybe work my way around and out the other side and see what I can do. But that's my 3 actions, my 3 options. Now it's the enemy's turn. So the way it works, they move. So they have a move of 3. They are going to move right up there on me, and then they attack. And since they are adjacent, they get to do so. So them attacking me or me attacking them, combat is exactly the same. We just roll all these dice, and they I'm sorry, they had 2 2s there. So that is considered a 5 for the enemy, plus the strength, which is 2, so that is considered a 7. I have a 5 and a 1, which is 6, plus this is 7, 8. I don't have to burn any of this to make it any higher. So my 8 to that, they are actually going to lose 1 point. I think I'll save this war charm. That is that. That's how fast combat is. And you just go to rolling again. So I am white. 2 5s. That's actually an 11 plus my strength is 13. And it looks like they got a 5 plus their 2 is 7. So they will take another hit. So far I'm hanging in there, doing well. I haven't had to burn anything. And we'll roll again, and look at this. I have an 11. They have an 11. They get a plus 2 to 13. I get a plus 2 to 13. I could burn this, but why? Because I win the ties. So he is gone. He is out. This enemy is defeated. He is out of the way. And I did kill an enemy. So that was his phase. Now that that phase is over, we're going to do reset. And reset is going to move this timer 1 space. And I believe that is it. So we move forward into the next round. Well, this has opened up a path. Now, if I ever get here, all empty enemy spots on every map card that is revealed is going to repopulate. So the further along you get in time and the further along you get into the map, the better chance you're going to have to repopulate. Look at this third card. Repopulate all enemies twice. And this is, even after they move, if they move off of that space and it's exposed and they get filled in, from what I understand. So let's go ahead and go into round 2. So I will move 1, 2, 3, and 4. Unfortunately, I am unable to reveal because when you're standing there, you have to spend a move to reveal it. So it'll be next turn. I'll skip optionals, move to 2. Now for 1 move, let's pop the next terrain. Ooh, look at this. It is the Black Lake, and there is a market, and there is herbs, and it looks like this looks like it is a dead end from both sides. So it goes here. 1 to reveal it. Now we'll populate it with 1 herb and 1 market. But if you notice, there are no paths connecting these things. It looks like this is a dead end, that's a dead end. This comes in from this side, just goes there, and this comes in from the bottom. So my second move will be to move and take the herb. That's what I got to do. Now that's going to help me get through this village down here. Now for my third action. You can't break your movement up. If you stop, you're done, even if you've got leftover movement. So I have 4 movement. I'm going to try to go off this side. Let's see. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. That is all of my movement. I'm done with the phase. It's enemy phase. They will move. However, if there is no legitimate path to get to me, even if they couldn't make it all the way, there is a sick village blocking the wolf pack and the bandits and the wolf, and they cannot get through that village to me, so they will not move. This is beneficial because when it comes time to replenish, if they're covering up those icons, I don't have to put more enemies out there. So this means we go here, we move the time, and see, I'm trying to get 2 more enemies, so it would be nice to go through there. I probably could have or should have. Maybe should have gone over there to do that. But I've chosen my path, so here we go. I've got 3 more rounds to run into enemies. So here I go. I'm here. I'm going to go 1, 2, third move will reveal the terrain. And here it is. Now this big icon here on the bottom basically shows that all combat is +3 strength. So all enemies would have +3 strength. And, ow, they're tough on this card. So it looks like there is an enemy here. We're going to go ahead and flip it. And it looks like it's another Crimson Bandits. And they will be right here. We have another sick village. And we have another market, which is over there. So, and it looks like, you know, I could go down south here. If I go up this way, this is going to dead end. It's going to dead end over here, and there's no path out here or here. So, and that was my, let's see, I went 1, 2, 3. Oh, that enemy gets +3. 5. That's crazy. I want to backtrack. 4. That's my first. Second. 1, 2, 3, 4. Third. 1, 2, 3. All right. On the end of my third, I will spend this herb and I will heal this village, which means they're all going to be coming at me. Now, enemies cannot occupy the same space. If they have movement that is greater than 1, they could actually pass over each other and land into a space on the other side. But currently, I think what will happen is they will log jam and back each other up. You know, I forgot to put a market on here. There's a market right there. All right, looks like there is a path through there. All right, so now it is an enemy phase, and enemies will move, but they will start from the biggest enemies down to the smallest. So I don't have any cultists or giants, so I do have these bandits, and their movement is 2. Now, if he went this way, he would land on... Nope, he can't do it that way. This goes all the way around. So if he went this way, he would land on a wolf, so he can't go the full movement. He has to... Nope, that's a dead end. Wow. This whole thing is not even on this card. Wow. So there are 2 entrances, exits to this card. So Crimson Bandits can't even get to us. They'd have to go completely off the card. So now we are at the wolves, and the wolves only move 1. So this one will move 1 closer, and this one will move and stand on top of the marketplace. So this is going to put me in an interesting situation here. Well, let's go ahead and close out the round here. Just going to close it out. I haven't killed any enemies. Time marches on. Boom. All right, so it is now my turn. When I move, I will move into a space that is adjacent to 2 enemies, and I will have to face them one at a time, probably starting with the highest one, working their way down. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and use this, use 1 movement to get into this now healed village. And as long as I'm adjacent, I'm going to have to face them. So even if I take 1 out, I can't just run away. So let's go ahead and take the one up here to combat. They have a mere 1 hit point. And we will roll combat and see what happens with the wolf. All right, well, the wolves rolled very well. And let's see what it looks like before I decide whether to use this greater war charm. So the wolf rolled 11, plus 1 strength is 12. There's no other modifiers on the card, so they have a 12. I have 8, plus 2 is 10. So I would definitely take a hit then. And I have to decide, is it worth it now for me to go ahead and take a hit instead of burning this charm. If I use the charm, I'd roll this over to a 6 and I'd have 14. You know, I'll just go ahead and take a hit. I'm going to go ahead and take a hit. So to my health, I'll bring it down to 4. So let's go into the next round. I've got to have some luck here. I've already got extra strength versus him. So let's see what happens. And, all right. A wolf rolls a 6, but a double always gives him +1. So 7 plus 1 is 8. I have an 8 plus 1 is 9, plus my 2 is 11. So I hit him for a single point, which will take him out. He has been removed. And when you defeat the enemy, I get to go up on health. Did I defeat another one earlier? I don't think I... Yeah, I did. All right, so I got +1 health for defeating that enemy. So each different type of enemy gives you a different reward. I think I killed a giant earlier, and that should have brought me up on my strength, and it's maxed me out at 3. And then if you defeat the bandits, you get to move up on your movement. So these are all like your health, your life total, but you get to sacrifice different slots to do things. And then, of course, occultists, you can move anything up when you defeat them. All right, well, still part of the me moving into it. Oh, I can only attack once? No, this turn I cannot move. This is something I'll have to look at, because if they're both there, do I face them all in one of my actions, or do I all enemies move towards that. All enemies of a single type before the other. They do that, do that. If they can't in movement on a space with another enemy, do this, do this. Combat. Mark their starting health. Roll your dice. Do this. And then you repeat it over. I thought I read something in here earlier that said if both of them were there, I guess you choose, but I think because I only get one option, I think I would have to use my next action and not move to face the next enemy. And if it was the enemy phase, both of them would get to attack me. But because I am the aggressor right now, I'm going to have to burn another action here in order to attack him. I just can't move away because I'm in the same space. All right. Oh, my. This looks terrible for me. I don't think there's anything I can do that's going to help. If I burn this, I would just roll this 2 to a 2, so I'm just going to take a hit. I know that if I defeat him, I'll get a health back. So he hit me for 1. Let's hit him again. This time, he has a 7. I have an 8. I know that's enough because I have +3, so I have 11, and he is sitting at 8. So I do take him out, and when I do, I gain a health. So I was maxed out, and I'm still maxed out. So now my third action, I will move onto this marketplace. And the market allows me to draw an item, and this is a basic shield. So it looks like, I believe this emblem says I can discard this to make negate 1 damage you receive when fighting an enemy or a boss, and you would discard it. All right, so it saves a point of damage. It's a 1-shot and negate a single point of damage. So that looks good. We'll hold on to it and use it when we need it. Those are my 3 actions. We move to enemy phase. Oh, by the way, I did kill 2 additional enemies, so I have achieved the goal on this card of earning 2 renown, by the way. There is no direct path here. They are not connected, so this enemy will not budge and will not come towards me. We will advance time, and now we're eager to get on this and explore some more terrain tile. So let's do it. Let's reset. I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, the 4th to reveal the terrain. And this looks like it's just a road that goes straight through. I can't get to these things, but we will populate. So we have an herb here, and we have a sick village right here. And we have another marketplace here. There are no enemies, but I'm not going to be able to go any further. I have no herbs, and I can't get to those herbs. I'm going to have to go back up and through the top and see if I can get around. So that was my first move. Second move, let's start running. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is my movement. And the third is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have enough to look at that. We'll go to enemies. There are no enemies that can come at. Actually, you know, we missed. This enemy could have come towards me. In fact, he could have done that twice or 3 times. And this guy moves 2. So we have a 1, 2 the first time, a 1, 2 the second time. He takes the shortest path. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 there. So either way. So 1, 2 there. So that's the third time. We made up for it. We did pull him off that bonus tile though. And time marches on. This might work out to where I'm revealing. No, not until next turn. All right, so here we go. I'm going to move 1 movement. We pop up a terrain. Now this one looks like it moves up and then out the left. So 1 revealed it. It looks like we have a leaf, some herbs, some healing herbs, and an enemy. So let's pop the enemy. Crimson Bandits. I'm going to move that right there. And it looks like it's going to come over here and go out this edge right here. So it was 1 to reveal. 2, 3 puts me on the herb, and my action is to, will I attack or will I pick up the herb? I think my action will be to attack, and then I'll pick up that herb on my next turn. So let's go ahead and attack the raiders. Doesn't look like they have any inherent bonuses. And I rolled a 7. They rolled double 4, which is actually a 9, plus their 2, so they have an 11. I have 7, plus 3 is 10. Do I take a point? What do raiders give me? They give me movement. You know what? I will just discard the basic shield to prevent the 1 damage. Boom. Next round of combat. We keep going until somebody's done. Okay. I was wondering if I had to spend another action, but I don't. So there is 8. This one is a 6 plus 1 is 7. 8, 9. I have an 8, 11. So I hit him for 1 point. He started with 2. He is down to 1. And I still haven't used this war charm yet. So let's do the next round. And I have a 3. They have a 4 plus 2 is 6. I have a 3 plus 3 is 6. And I win ties. I like that. So I have eliminated this guy. And he can go back over there. And I gained a movement because of that. So now I have a speed of 5. Well, this is my second action. I will not move. I will just pick up the herbs. I need that to get past villages. All right, and my third action, I have a move of 5. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4 to reveal. Okay, this is a good 4-way, but combat is +2 on this one. But there are no nearby enemies. Looks like a market. So that was 4, and number 5 will put me on the card. Very nice. We go to enemy phase. Nobody, he can move. He's going to go 1, 2 and try to get to me, but he's trailing me from way back. We're getting close to this restock, and when it does, it's going to pop all those red icons back in. So enemy is done. We're going to move this. Boom, I'm on the next quest card. So I don't know that there's enough cubes, but what I'll do is just cover up this 2 to say I did achieve it. All right, back to this phase. Boy, you always want to grab the treasure if you can get it. But we can try getting down in here as well. Let's go ahead and go 1 and just stop. Let's stop at the market. That's our first action. We'll toss that, grab an item card. It is an herb mix. And it looks like +2 health per herb, and you discard it. So let's see what that does. Looks like a little bottle. When you use this, choose one option. Gain up to 2 health. Move your marker up once or twice. Or gain 1 herb token from the supply. Okay, so 2 health or an herb. Well, that's cool. I'm holding an herb right now, so I'm still doing fine. Let's put him right here on horse. So it's a 1-shot. That might help. All right, so that was my first. My second. Now I got to decide which way to go. If I go down, we can sort of wrap in there. I could always go back up and out. So let's go ahead and try it. 1, 2, 3. 4th is to reveal. And guess what? It's a dead end. But it did open this road up. So 5 will put me back up 1. And now my third action is 1, 2, 3, 4. My 5th will reveal this. And okay, it looks like it goes north and south. So we will stop here. That's my 5th. I have a sick village, which will block that enemy. Let's look at this enemy. It is a wolf back. I know I can get health back with him. And it looks like there's another market way up here. All right. Wait, that was my movement 5th, and I am adjacent, so I can actually use this herb because now I get my optional action on this 3rd to burn an herb and heal this village. That's going to draw those wolves towards me. And I did reveal a tile in this round. Actually, I revealed 2 tiles in this round. One going down and then going back and doing another. Nice. Now we move to enemy phase. Enemies say, let's go get him. This guy says, I move 2, I'm going to go 1, 2. And this guy says, hey, the village is clear. Let's go get him. So he does. And he has a single point of health. And here goes the battle. Oh, man, he did well. He's got 11. I have 7, 8, 9, 10 on my strength. If I burn this, You know what? I can take the damage because if I defeat him, I'll get it back, and if I'm at full, I'm not going to get it anyway. So I might as well take the point of damage and then go ahead and see if I can take him out on this shot. And this time I'm going to, that's a 9 to his 4. We don't even have to add it up. He has 5. I have 12. So he is defeated. And we'll go back over here. Defeating him will give me some health. And that will end the round. And I'm already 2 of the 4 on this card. Great. So now we'll use my first action. Let's go. Do I want to go after another treasure? I think I'm good with what I have. I can always come back to that. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's first action. 1 movement to reveal this terrain. Ooh. Looks like I can't get on the other side of this. 1. Let's populate it. Let's do this enemy up here. It's a wolf. And we have a village over here. And then let's look at this enemy down here. It's forest giants. Danger, enemy. And we also have a marketplace. So how do I get back around there? There's no connection. That's bad. So this was my section. 1 was to reveal. 2 puts me right up on the critter. Now I will do combat with him as my option. Looks like he's at 7. I'm at 5. He's at 8. I'm at 8. I'll take that. Take him out. I don't get any health because I'm at max. And my third action, I don't have an herb. I can't go anywhere. I gotta run away. Where am I going to go? All of this is disconnected from everything else. This is disconnected. Man, I might have to rearrange. I can go down here. It looks like the only place. That's a long way to go. And I am not close to that boss yet. And we are going to run into this replenish, which means every one of those things is going to start spawning critters again. All because I don't have... Hey. Watch this. I'll go ahead and move to here. I will spend this herb mix to gain an herb. And now, as my action, I will use it to heal this village. What do you know? That's cool. So the village is healed. So I'm not stuck, but it does look like I'm going to run off the edge of this map. And you can see it can sort of spread out a bit. It doesn't just fit in an 18 grid. So I have a 5 movement. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4 is another tile. It's a dead end. And and 5. What is this? It looks like a node, but there's no path. Or is that path all along the shoreline and back around to this side? Nah, that can't be. That can't be right. I don't know why there is a node there. I can't get through there. It looks like it would be something. Yeah, I do not know. Now this one I can see where that's like that. And this road goes through here. But why is that one there? All right. Because it looks like a dead end. So 1 revealed, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got to get out of here. Enemy phase. This guy says, I'm going 1, 2. I'm tracking him down, going along the top, and time moves. Man, oh man. I'd really like to know why that node is right there, because I don't see a path connecting it unless they're counting along the ridge line all the way up and around. You know, I think they are, because it looks like it goes here all the way around back to here, and then it goes up into town. So I will 1, 2, 3 move this back here. 1, 2, 3. Let's go here. Oh, that's a monster right there. I was thinking it was an herb. So now we could go to, actually I would have gotten to him and been able to fight him, because I had a full 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's fight him. All right, they have a 10. I have a 5. And these guys deal 2 damage. All this would do is put me a 6, 9. They still have a 10, 12. They have 3 health, by the way. I gotta take it. So I'm taking the 2. I know that's a 2 strength. That's how much damage they do, is their strength. No, they just do 1 damage. Duh. 1 damage. Let's go again. This time they're hitting me again. Hard and heavy. Even a roll up isn't going to work. I'll take another damage from them. This is not looking good. Alright, so I have a 9. They have a 9. They get a +2, so they're at 11. I get a +3, so I am at 12. So I get to hit them for 1. Alright. That's a back and forth battle. This is ridiculous. Alright. So I have a 5, 8. They have a 7, 8, 9. If I spend one of these, I can roll this to be 6. It doesn't make it doubles, it just matches it. So I have 6, 7, 8, 9. They have 6, 7, 8, 9. So I will win the tie, which means they'll take another point of damage. Boom. All right, so this is what I need to do. I did explore another terrain over there. And this time we're going to take them out. I got 8. They got doubles, 3, 5. I got more than enough to beat them. Boom. They go away. And my strength would go up, but it doesn't go up because I am maxed out at 3. So we took out those guys. That's pretty cool. Now it's enemy phase. And I believe, did I already move them? I don't think I did. 1, 2. So they are on their way, but it looks like I can get back to this card. Actually, now we're connected. This guy's going to go 1, 2 here because this dead ends right there. And all of those have... Where did this stuff go? Did I not populate this card? Herbs, that. I didn't get to it. Yeah, I did. It was a dead end. No. I think I have screwed this up royally somehow. Maybe I just never... Oh, it was a dead end when I came here, but did I even spawn them? I don't know if I spawned them. When in doubt, spawn them out. Go ahead and put an herb down here. Yeah, because I couldn't get to that. Let's go ahead and pull an enemy. A cultist. Oh boy, that's the big dog. And let's put this in here. So this guy's going to get to move as well. He's going to move 4, and he's going to initiate 1, 2, 3. It's going to put him right there on me. So he is going to initiate combat. I did move him. And this guy is coming out of this area here. All right. So here he goes. I get a +1 against him, strength-wise. He's at 3. Here we go. Looks like I got a 6. They got a 6. His 6 is +3, so he has 9. My 6 is +3, plus 1 more is 10. So I hit him for 1. Let's do it. As long as I can keep tying him, I can win. So I have an 8. He has a 7. I know that's enough for me to do another one to him. And I have a 7. He has a 5. That's enough to take him out. Goodbye. And I get to go up on any attribute that I want. So I will make it health, please. Get me back up there. Thank you. And goodbye. So, time marches, and now we're hitting this emblem. It's a little cross swords, and it says, hey, guess what? Everywhere on this board that has, and we did run out of enemies, so we're shuffling it up, and we are about to replenish. And they're going to start chasing me down. And I'm nowhere near the boss at this point in time. I probably need to grab that item. Still out of range of those guys. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's start from right over here. What we got? We got a wolf. Boom. When they move, they are going to be coming after me. Let's start with the one right underneath me. Crimson Bandits. And the one up above here, it would have to go around the lake. It is Forest Giants. Oh, they are out to get me. Let's go up here. Looks like a wolf pack. All right. Nothing here. Let's put another guy in here. Looks like more Crimson Bandits. There's a whole gang of them here coming at me. Let's go up top. We have the cultists. They got mad. I ran them off. There they are. No more. 2 in here. Let's start with the top one. More bandits. The whole gang is out to get me. The one below that is the Giants. Okay. None here. Here's one. Who wants to join the party? The wolf pack. Boom. And we have one right there. It says, hey, another wolf pack. Now what has happened, I went off screen, went into town, came back out of town, and everything has replenished. That's all of them again, so I'm going to shuffle these up. And now, when enemies activate, I'm going to have a lot of people heading this way, and they will activate in reverse order. So the cultists will go first. They're bloodthirsty. They'll be out to get me. All right. So I am 1 shy of getting this. Now this emblem means enemies' attack values go up. So we would put this here, and they would have a +1 to all their strengths. All right. Those are all shuffled up. And I am starting the next round. The clock is ticking. and I have to find that boss. So let's go ahead and, well, there's an enemy right on me. So instead of moving, I'm going to fight him. That's what I'm going to have to do. He is Crimson Raider. He has 2. He has +2 strength. No specials on this. So he rolled an 8, +1 is 9, but I've rolled a 10. I know with my bonuses that's enough to get him, but let's count it. 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, so it's good. So let's take him, put him over there, and I get my movement is now up to 6. So my second action says 1, 2, 3. Number 4 exposes terrain. All right, this is going to start connecting some things together. That's number 4. And it looks like there's a market on here. So let's do that. Number 4, and I did reveal this, so I have achieved this goal. 5, 6. I'm going to try to wrap it back around in here. Oh, but that's a dead end. Let's go this way instead. We're stretching out and we're getting down. I'm not mixing these and just moving them over. So I know that the boss is in one of these bottom 5. I got one more before I start hitting that 5 stack. Let's put this terrain up here because we are stretching the map. And my third action, since I've already completed this, let's go ahead and stop in the marketplace and pick that up. It's going to end it, but I get another item. This is an herb mix again. I've already used one, but this is good to have for some health or for an herb if I come across a sick village. Now, this is where it gets really fun. Enemy phase. They're all going to move. Let's start with the cultist. He says, I am going to move 4 spaces, and I am trying to get to him. And it looks like the only way he's going to be able to do it is not there. He's going to have to go around this way and go that long. Actually, he could maybe get through, but that's a dead end. That's a dead end. It does not connect. That's a dead end. So he has to go around. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where are you? Now this guy and these guys are all on this little leg here. They're not part of the rest of this. It's cut off. This reminds me of land and sea, the way these things connect together like that. So next is these guys. These guys say, we're way over here. How are we going to get to him? Well, we're going to have to take the long way. So they're going to take the long way with a movement of 3. Giants. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now these guys, they're going to 1, 2. I'm going up. I'm following the cultist. We'll do no more here. This guy says 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Talk about being pursued. That's all of them. Now the wolves are going to move 1, 1. You're going to move 1. I think that's everybody. I mean, could there be more? Probably. This guy cannot get to me at all. He's stuck over here on this little island out here. Yeah, I could get out and go up in there. You know, that might be where I go. Instead of going south, I might go that way. Or instead of coming back across. That'd be cool to get them in a loop. Hey, they're chasing me in a circle. All right. But I'm for revealing, so I can reveal, hopefully get to there, reveal, and those are connected as well, reveal. So, I never, see, I put the enemy out there on a replenish, but I never got over there. I've been forgetting to populate these. There is a sick village, and there is a leaf over there as well. So I don't know where that enemy it should have spawned as soon as I revealed it. So I'm missing these things. You can throw in on the comments and say, hey, guess what? You missed that. And I'll say, yeah, I know. So first time playing is something to think. Each one that comes out, you need to pay attention to it. So enemies are done. We're going to move this. Now it's me again. And nobody got close enough to attack. So enemies move, then they attack, and I'm sitting way down here in Halo Market. Look at that, Halo Market. All right, so now I've got 6 movement, and I'm gonna go 1, 2 to reveal another terrain and hope that it connects. Oh, yes, they look like they connect. That's number 2. Now, what do? You populate. Look at all the dang enemies out there. Well, first, let's throw a sack right here on the freeway market. And let's start with the first enemy next to me. It will be the cultist. The cultist. They've tracked me down. Let's go south. The wolf pack. Let's go west. The wolf pack. Okay, those are babies. Those are little babies. And then north, we have a wolf pack. Look at that. The cultist comes in and brings all of his wolves and says, come on, let's go get them. All right, so that's going to end my movement there. So I will choose to attack this guy because he is there in front of me. And it's the right thing to do. And oh, that wasn't. It's an 11, and I have 6. So his 11 with 3 is 14. If I roll that to an 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, it's not going to be enough. So I've got to take the damage from him, which we will take it on our health. All right, round 2 with the cultist. Me initiating it. Oh my goodness. That's a 13 to my 10. 13, 14. He has a 13, 16. He has 16. You know what I can do? I'm going to spend another one off of the war charm to roll this 4 to a 6. Now I'm at 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. He's at 12, 13, 14, 15. I got him for 1. Ooh, that was costly. I had to use the old charm. I got one more on it. I got the herb mix. Boom. I got a 7. He got a 6. I know I beat him if I'm tied or higher because his 6 is going to add 3 to 9. My 7 is going to add 3, 4 to 11. So I am going to hit him again. When I defeat him, I can choose what to go up on. All right, let's do it one more time. Come on, we can take this guy out. He rolled an 8, which plus 1 is 9. I rolled an 8, so he has a 9, 10, 11, 12. I've got an 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I win the tie. Goodbye. You were a bad cultist. Go back to whence you came. We'll go ahead and gain a health since I have the choice on that. So that was my first action. Let's go to my second set of actions. And I know they're pursuing. I think I'm going to have to get in here and start whooping up on these dogs. 1. If I go here, it's going to put me adjacent to all of them. I'll have to fight all of them in their phase, but I have opportunity of taking 2 of them and another. Everybody else is going to take them a long time to get here. But it will also get me health back if I defeat one. I don't want to get pinned in, but I don't want to go down. I think I want to go up that way, and I believe it's all connected. It is. And getting that herb would be cool because I don't have it. So let's go 1, 2, 1 here, and let's fight that puppy. All right, here we go. And I have a 7, they have a 5. I know that I defeat the puppy. The puppy is gone, and I gain a health. Boom. That was number 2. Number 3. Now see, I can actually get past them because I won't be adjacent to them, and I can get up to this guy. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I went this way because I want to get... Sorry, this little holder is not crimping on him very well. Because I want to get this herb, and I could possibly heal that village, and I could run off the top. All right, so I'm on a 3rd, and I am fighting again. And I need to do this before these guys get stronger. And, oh, that was terrible. Terrible. They are going to hit me for a point. That was a bad roll. Let's do it again. This time, they got a 5. I got a 3, but I think I can take them out with that. Up. They had a 5. And I had a 3. So their 5 plus 1 is 6. My 3 plus 3 is 6. So I do beat him with a tie. And here he goes. And I get that health back. That's a good thing about the wolves. You can lose a health to them and then get it right back. All right, those are my 3. And now the fun part. Enemy phase. We're going to start with this dude. He says, man, I'm going to catch up to that guy sometime. He's got to go all the way. That's not... Yeah, that's all connected, right? Ooh, that means that guy's going to come after me too. Because, oh no, that's a dead end. You got to go the long way. Which is down here, around here, and then around this way. All right, 1, 2, 3. He cannot move onto him. So he moved 3 out of his 4. Now this guy says, I can't go that way. I have to go around. 1, 2, 3. I think that's how I did it. 4. That was the only way. I don't see a bridge. It looks like it just walks around the edge there. That's the only thing you can do. So he moved 3. Is that the only one? No, my brother. 1, 2. I can't go because these guys are in my way. That's right. These guys got to go up that way. All right. Now, this whole gang of guys here, these guys are moving 2, 1. He can't go any further because that guy's blocking him. And he says, I can get up. 1, 2. 1, 2. Says, I'm going around the long way. 1, 2. I have to go around the long way. All right, that's all of them. And now we have wolves who all move 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can get there either way. 1, 1. Moved him. 1, 1. That's enemy movement. Nobody is there to attack me, so it moves, and now, boo. Enemies get an upgrade token to their attack. So now they all have +1 to their strength value. All right. Well, time's getting there. I might get to this. It's my go. Time moved. And here we go. I'm sitting at a 6 movement. I'm going to do 1, 2, and stop for the herb, just in case there's a village over there that's going to slow me down. Second action. I have a 6. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to reveal the boss. All right. This is the boss card. Right here. It's got his little smiling face. Danger, boss. So we have tokens that represent the boss. But what did I do? I stopped at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just going straight towards him. You know what? 5, 6. I'm going to go towards that marketplace. I know these guys might try to catch up to me, but if I can go to the market, I can burn this to gain some health. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm just going straight for it. 5, 6. Let's do it. We'll add this market spot. We're going to randomly pull one of these 4 boss cards. To be honest, I haven't even looked at them. So, which one do you want? Number 3, you're right. That's the one. And it is Belarus Moonshadow. He is a Crimson Warlord. And he has one of those coming into play effects. Let's see which one he is. Hey, look, there he is. He punches me and makes me lose 1 of my strength. Oh, no. And there he is, sitting there, waiting. And I am not adjacent to him yet, but I have one more move. That puts me on him. He has 5, 5 health. So this is the battle. And so I'm either going to win or lose in this because we'll never get to the enemy phase again. We're just going to keep duking it out back and forth until one of us falls. So here we go. I've got 1 herb mix, and I've got the war charm with 1 more shot on it. I've got to do 5 to him, and he's got to do a lot to me. So here we go. Against the boss. Boom. I have a 7. He has an 8. And I think they said he just works like any... how does he work like any other monster? I don't see him on this chart. Is there a boss side? No. No, he just has 5 health. Ooh, looks like he has +1 on this. So, 5 health. What about his movement? Maybe he doesn't move. Give me 1 second on this. There's got to be a boss in here. Probably right here at the end. All right, let's see. Combat with the boss. Boss uses the strength of the basic enemy showing on the card, but every boss always has a starting health. Oh, okay, he is a Crimson, he is one of the Raiders, so he is the Crimson. So apparently every faction has a boss, and I'm going to cheat and look and see so that we know how to do this. Yeah, look, we have a wolf boss, we have a giant boss, and we have a cult leader boss, and he is the those Crimson Bandits or whatever they are, enemy. All right, so that's the stat track he uses. So his attack strength is +3. So he did get a 9 + 3 is 12. I got a 7 + 2 is 9. But I'm going to go ahead and spend this last thing to roll this up to a 6, putting me at 14. So that will hit him for 1. And now that is gone. All I have left is a potion. Oh boy, here we go. Round 2 of combat. He really hurt me by knocking my sword power down. All right, I have 7. He has 5. So his 5 + 2, actually he gets +3. 5 + 3 is 8. I think I still had enough to beat him last time, even if it was a tie. So 5 plus 3 is 8, and I have 7 plus 2 is 9, so I hit him again. All right, coming down to the wire. Coming down to it, I have a 7. He has a 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 7, 8, 9. I got him again, 8 to 9. That's really nice. He has 2 health. Come on, folks. 8 to my 3. I don't think there's anything I can do. I'm going to go ahead and lose it on my health. You know what? I'll lose it on my movement. I'm not going to need to move again. Hopefully. 6, 3, 6, and 3 is 9. 3, 4, 5. Not enough. Looks like I'm going to go ahead and take it on health this time. It's a battle. 9 to 9. 9, 10, 11, 12. 9, 10, 11. Because I don't have any other bonuses. Ow. So I have to take one. I'll take it on my movement. Here's something I just considered. I'm not going to get this because I never even got here and tried to heal villages, but hey, the boss was available. That's what I'm looking for the win. I'm not going to get a lot of points, but I'm just learning how to play the game. I just got hit again. All right. I have 5. I think he has a leg up on me on ties now. So he has a 6, 7, 8, 9. I have a 5, 6, 7. So it looks like he's 1 higher than me on a tie. So if I get 1 higher than him, I'll take a point. I took damage. I wonder when I can use this potion. In combat. Alright, there's a 7. There's a 7. And if I just calculated that, 7 and 3 is 10, 7 and 2 is 9. I'm taking a hit. Let's take it on speed. Alright, not looking good. Oh, man. 10 actually means an 11. It's going to hit me down again. Look at that. He's got me. I've got him down to 2. He's got me down to a couple. Black is rolling high. Let's lose speed. I don't know when I can drink that herb mix. I've got to check because I need the health. So item card just shows reference. Let's look at this one. This is the herb mix. When you use this, choose that and or gain a token. Okay, that's perfect, but it doesn't give me the timing on this. What is the timing? It doesn't tell me. So if anyone knows what the timing is on this, I think other things that have been applied during combat where you get a choice to use them, I'm going to go ahead and use this and gain 2 health. Just because. And looks like I get a 7 to his 3. I'm going to hit him for 1. We'll come down to 11 of that. He's going to hit me for 1. I'm going to go ahead and take a health. 1, 2. That potion may have saved me. 3 to that. Yep. Because I would have been dead. No, I would have had to lose combat strength. 10 to 7. 8, 9, 10, 10, 11, 12. Boom. The boss is out. So anyway, that is a first Learning game of Light in the Dark, a solo dungeon crawl set in the world of Pest. Yes, I probably made a few mistakes. I may have missed some movements. I think I forgot to populate some places, but I think I retroactively came back and made it happen. There is a question on the timing as to when you can use your potions. Just discard and do it. Can you do it in the middle of a combat, in between each round? How does that work? And but if it works the way I think it does, because other items can be used during the battle, you spend it and adjust your die roll. I think that I'd be able to spend this and adjust my health. I'm going to play it that way until I hear anything different. Until then, this is the Wizard of Wizard-O-Mo Games. We're at the Wizard's table, and it looks like my lighting is held up. There's no glare on these cards, so that's it. There's the boss. He's laying there dead, and until next time, I'm out.